What's going on, guys? We have our second tournament has finally concluded. So with that, I bring to you the top 4 deck lists, and well, the winner this time took second place last time, and if you don't remember what it was, you gotta wait a few minutes. So one of the 2 top 4 decks, as in the 2 decks that lost once they made it to the top 4, we have an Invoked, and we see with a Wind Witch and Spellbook engines combined in here, which is basically Draw Power and Crystal Wing Turbo. So both were pretty good ideas in that sense, especially seeing as your Ice Spell, if you control no monsters, you can special summon it. So say you have your Secrets or your Magician of Prophecy, you can go through the Spellbook combo, get to your Knowledge, and then you tribute it to draw 2. Now you once again control no monsters, so if you drew into it, you can go into your Ice Spell play that way. Otherwise, we see our triple Alistair for the typical Invoked play. Wind Witch engine, triple Ice Spell, 2 Glass Spell, and 1 Snow Bell, pretty standard. The 1 Blue Boy for Magician of Prophecy, double Artifact Scythe, and then we see triple Ash and triple Ghost Ogre for our hand traps, 3 Magical Meltdown, 1 Terraforming, 3 Invocation, Spellbook spells, we see triple Secrets and triple Knowledge, and then Pot of Avarice and Upstart Goblin as more draw power. 3 Artifact Sanctum. Card is really so good, and I should have said it on Scythe because Sanctum goes into your Scythe. Sanctum Scythe is just so good right now. So many decks use the extra deck, Eldritch being one of the few exceptions, which there was actually no Eldritch in this tournament despite being legal. We see triple Infinite Impermanence and 1 Trap Trick. Onto the extra deck, double Invoked Macabre, 2 Regin, 1 Cactus, sorry if I butcher any of these names, 1 Purgatrio, one of the Fire Rock guy, sorry, Earth Rock, definitely thought it was Fire, kind of looks magma-y. Anyway, now that I'm done butchering the Invoked fusions, we also see a Wind Witch Winter Bell, 1 High Speed Roid Chambara, and then obviously our Crystal Wing. And making Crystal Wing where he can't be destroyed by card effects is just, well, Crystal Wing, but even better. Nothing new with the Wind Witch engine, there's just only certain decks that can actually take advantage of it. 1 Alistair the Invoker of Madness, 1 Secure Guard. Now they use this because if they link off their Alistair into Almirage, they can use Almirage to go into their Gardena, and then they can use Invocation with their Alistair and their Gardena on field to get into their Macabre if they have no other way to a light monster play. 1 Cross Sheep, and then the OTK guy himself, Boral Sword Dragon. So I actually really like the deck. Not super familiar with these 3 combined into one. I have dabbled with Invoked. Wind Witch with Dark Magicians actually back in the day was a pretty popular choice. Spellbook's also with Dark Magicians, and then Sanctum Scythe. But I really like the list, and I'm not surprised at all that he made top 4 because he is a very, very good player. And, well, he changed it up. He didn't want to play Cyber Dragons for this, and I 100% understand. Before we get any further, make sure you like, share, subscribe if you want to see more content, if you want to see more decks that people are playing, my takes on the meta, my take on what decks are doing good, and we'll just talk about things like that in addition to all of our best Cyber Dragon content out there. I guess that's for you guys to decide, but I hope I do a good enough job for you guys. There are some other really good Yugi tubers that focus on Cyber Dragons, so I'm not the only one. There are others out there. Just use that search bar and you will find some. I have a few I like to watch myself. But anyway, as we get into the other top 4 deck, this one was actually a Cyber Dragon variant playing 1 Cyber Dragon, no machine dupe, but we see a bunch of tuners and some synchros in there and a whole lot of spice, so we're going to jump on into this list. 1 Cyber Dragon, 3 Cyber Dragon Core, 3 Hers, 2 Naxter, and then we see 3 Galaxy Soldiers, double Kaiju, 3 Jet Synchron, 1 Despot 1, 1 Phantom Beast O-Lion, 1 Saravis, Ciphering Package, 3 Cyber Emergency, 1 Repair, 1 Rev, 1 Cyberload, then Overload and double Super Poly, 1 Foolish Burial, double Lightning Storm, 2 Overflow, and 2 Infinite Impermanence. The extra deck, we see a Mega Fleet, Fortress, 2 Rampage, 1 Starving Venom, Nova, Infinity, and then we see Herald of the Arc Light and Borload Savage for our two synchros. Almirage, Anima, Seeger, Halqifibrax, Verte Anaconda, and Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon. Okay, so I really found this list interesting. I liked obviously everyone knows I like the lower cyber count in plays. I do think it helps with consistency more often than not. But this is kind of more focused towards doing a lot more, so it was interesting that he opted for no machine dupe, but I do like the choice to do it. Wanting Jet Synchron in deck, I'm pretty sure is why he plays 3, because then you always have one in deck. If you have to normal summon it, it's not the worst thing ever, because you can still usually make your Infinity, get back a Cyber Dragon if you normaled it, and go into your Halqifibrax that way. Deskbot, just really good because you can use it for your Halqifibrax, summon it out. Halqifibrax and Deskbot into your Auroradon, special summon your 3 tokens, which coincidentally brings back your Deskbot. Auroradon popping himself in 1 token, summon your Olion, 2 tokens, and Olion into Borload Savage. Olion then summons a level 3 token, and Deskbot into your Herald of the Arc Light. So that is how that plays out. Also, the 3 Jet Synchrons just helps to focus on getting one out. Turn 1 right away to do the combo. Sarvis offers some hand trap protection like infinite impermanence. It can stop any targeting effect, which there is quite a bit out there. I like the 2 kaijus, not always going to go first, so we see Cyframes, 2 kaijus, lightning storms, impermanence, Sarvis, stuff like that for when you're not going first. Your super polys. The deck definitely did really good, and again, this is another good player, and I actually had the pleasure of playing against him. Unfortunately, he did not get the combo off, like full combo off in our games, but he did 2-0 me, and he played very, very good, and he knows the deck very well, so congrats to him on making top 4. Remembering all 4 of these players are going into the 16-man single elimination, where you will win a playmat. The playmat I am still undecided on which one we are going to do, but it will be Cyber Dragon related. If you're interested in playing in one of these tournaments, come join the Cyber Dragon Facebook group. I'll put a link in the description down below. Find the post, I have it pinned to the top of the page for the 3rd tournament. Do what the post says. We're going to start it up Monday sometime, and probably early afternoon Central Time. We'll start that up on Monday. And then, once again, top 4 will make it into that tournament, and we'll have a 4th and final tournament after that one concludes, and then we will have our top 16 players, and they will be able to see what they can do. So on to the 2nd place deck. It's another Cyber Dragon deck. This one is the Cyber Dragon Trap variant. Again, we see 1 Cyber Dragon, 3 Cyber Dragon Core, 3 Cyber Dragon Hertz, 2 Naxter, 2 Galaxy Soldier, 1 Cyber Dragon Droll, that would be something, 2 Droll and Lockbirds, 3 Cyber Emergency, 1 Repair Plant, 1 Cyber Load Fusion, 1 Overload, triple Super Poly, 3 Overflow, 3 Impermanence, double Different Dimension Ground, 2 Waken the Dragon, 2 Trap Tricks, 3 Crackdown, and 3 Summon Limit. Extra deck, 2 Mega Fleet, 2 Fortress, 2 Rampage, and then we see our Waking and Super Poly targets with Last Warrior, Starving Venom, Violet Chimera, and Mud Dragon of the Swamp, 1 Nova, 1 Infinity, Almirage, Seeger, and Verde Anaconda. So my takes on this one now, I do really like the Trap variant. I think it offers a lot of good utility and plays to do it. It combats back row decks really well. It combats the Cyber Dragon Mirror really well, and I think that's some stuff that played into this going forward, especially in these tournaments, expecting to see a lot of Cyber Dragons, because that's the group we post in, which is the exact reason we put a 5 deck cap on it, because there was just too many of us playing Cyber Dragons, and well, I understand we all want to test the deck, but at the same time we don't want to test the deck against it in a mirror match, so it was kind of counterproductive and was making it less fun for some players. But here, trap builds are really the first ones that ran the 1 Cyber Dragon no dupe, so no surprise to see that at all. Interesting that he chose Droll for his hand trap, but it must have worked because he made it all the way to 2nd place. Super Poly, I really liked it last format. Not so much now because I think Adamancipator and Eldritch are kind of taking over and neither one really cares too much for it. And this build actually looks way more dedicated towards choosing first if he wins the die roll. I could be wrong on that, but with different Dimension Ground and Waking the Dragon, I absolutely love both of them and play both in my trap variant. But then you see Crackdown and Summon limits as well. So he actually said that Summon limit was putting in a ton of work and winning games. It's just so oppressive. You wait for them to summon twice, flip Summon limit, and then they're just done. They can't even try to out it. I mean, unless they have, like, say, Twin Twist or something like that. But usually you'll have your Infinity to negate it anyway. Sorry, it's getting late here. So, moving on, we have one list left. It's very similar to the second place list of the first tournament. If you want to see any of that, just scroll through the channel a little bit. We do have the video still there, clearly labeled. It's the final countdown. This deck is something else, and well, I had the pleasure of actually meeting him in person. We talked quite a bit at the regional, hung out a bit. Really cool guy, down to earth, and knows what he's doing. And well, here he has now taken second place and first place, so he's the first person to have 2 entries into the 16-man tournament. Yes, you can have multiple entries. He could potentially get top 4 in the next 2 tournaments as well, and well, he'd have 4 entries in it, 4 chances at winning the playmat. Here we see 2 DD guides. He was not playing this the first time around. Basically, you normal summon it, give it to your opponent, and then during the end phase, they select a card. You get to select a card from the graveyard and remove it from play. So, not only that, it's basically for your Mystic Mine. Otherwise, Silent Wobby, you can special summon it to your opponent's side of the field, and then they gain life points and you draw. Or sorry, you gain life points, they draw because they're the one in possession at the time. I don't remember exactly. He had some neat interactions with this actually too, to make like Mystic. Oh, it was you play Mystic Mine if you open it, and then you use Silent Wobby, summon them to their field. Now they don't draw, you don't gain life points, nothing happens, so they don't even get the card to draw because Mystic Mine doesn't let it activate. That was one of his interactions with it. But again, it's a way to make Mystic Mine live turn 0. 1 card of demise, 3 demise of the lands, 3 Mystic Mines, 3 Field Barrier, 1 Terraforming, 3 Oracle, 3 Left Arm Offering, 3 Pot of Duality, 3 Pot of Extravagance, 1 Final Countdown, 3 Cauldron of the Old Man, triple Dark Bribe, triple Solemn Judgment, 1 Metaverse, and 1 Red Reboot. So his extra deck, he was a little more thoughtful this time. He put Mega Fleets and Fortresses in just because, otherwise the rest doesn't really matter. It's just discarding for your Extravagance. So a few things I do want to say about this. One, I do think it's obviously a good list. He knows what he's doing, but catering it towards the expected what he's playing. Now with this cap on the Cyber Dragon players, I almost wonder how the success of it will differ and be like obviously different now with people playing many different decks, kind of diversifying the entire format we're playing, and it will be interesting to see what kind of take he takes on it, or if he just abandons it and runs a different deck in general. So I'm kind of excited to see how that goes. He actually played a Mystic Mine Cyber Dragon build in the Mirror tournament before, and the way I got around his, well, Mystic Mine and everything, he didn't have it on the field, and Demise of the Land requires you to special summon. I ended up normal summoning Galaxy Soldier and Psyframe Driver and beating him down with normal summons, so just keep that thought in there. And also, remember, this deck took second. This deck took first. Maybe you should check out this list and have some outs for him, because the rate he's going to, well, keep doing his thing and have 4 entries in this. So let's see if someone can take the madman down. And well, until next time guys, because this was our top 4. Like I said, find the Cyber Dragon group, find that pinned post, come join the 3rd tournament. Let's see if we can have more than 35 people this time. We hit 32 and 35 in the 1st and 2nd tournaments. Let's go for 64 this time. Let's have like 7 rounds. Let's go for 100 the last time. I don't know, something crazy. I'll do my best to organize it and keep the chaos under control. Can't wait until next time, guys.